Well, hey guys, how you guys doing today? Hope your guys' Thursday is going pretty good. Now, I did not do this on purpose, wearing Pittsburgh today. I didn't exactly do this on purpose because I did not realize the Penguins were going to reveal a new third jersey, which I'm not going to necessarily. I'm waiting a little bit till I see more pictures of it before I do a full video talking about it. But just seeing a couple of the pictures that I saw, holy cow, a lot of yellow. They you could break that up a little bit. I think way too much yellow, but I will get into that later on when I see more pictures, because all I saw was just the front of it. There is a shoulder logo. I have no idea what's on it because you can only see a little bit of it. But I will talk about that later when I see more of it. But I wanted to talk a little bit about companies that are able to get the Fanatics hockey jerseys. Now, I just saw a video a little bit ago of Neil from Post to Post. He went and he unboxed a Fanatics jersey that he got from Sport Check. $64 Canadian. I'm like, holy cow, that's fantastic. I love that. You're able to get a deal on a Fanatics jersey, a Fanatics premium for $64. Oh yeah, all day long. But it got me thinking, because I commented. I ended up putting this long comment on this on his video, and I thought, let me make a video talking about this, because it's a question that I have. Because Fanatics, they only seem to want to deal with certain sites or certain stores. And NHL, the NHL shop is one. Obviously, Sport Check up in Canada is one. Now, mind you, Sport Check does not ship to the States. That is a strictly Canadian outfit. So it's not like I can go and order something from Sport Check and get it delivered down here. I can't do that because they only deal with Canada. Now, of course, I still deal with Ben. I still deal with Ben from Ben H Sports. He's still waiting to get his stuff in, which again is aggravating. It's definitely aggravating for his customers, but it's more aggravating for him because it's like, come on, get these, this was a frustration he had last year, was the fact that before he started getting any of his jerseys in, they were already over a month into the season by the time he started getting any of his jerseys in, so he could start fulfilling the orders of his customers. So he's still waiting. But one site that I wanted to talk about, and it's sportsk.com. Now it's a little site. It's a small business. They sell a lot of hockey jerseys. They're a hockey jersey site. They're out of a suburb of Detroit, Michigan. And I remember last year, before the first year of Fanatics, asking. I think I had emailed the guy who runs Sports K, and I was like, are you going to be getting any of the new Fanatics stuff? And what ones would you get? And he said Fanatics won't work with me. Fanatics will not let. He tried to get a hold of his rep to be able to put the order in for the new Fanatics jerseys. And his rep basically said, yeah, Fanatics won't work with you. And he's like, why? Because they're so worried. They were so worried about, well, you might sell our jerseys at a discounted price. Okay, now it's not that much discounted, but it got me thinking. CCM didn't have a problem with it. Reebok did not have a problem with selling jerseys to Sports K for him to sell. Adidas didn't have a problem with what Sports K was selling jerseys for. But Fanatics, all of a sudden, no, we're not going to sell, we're not going to give you, we're not going to sell jerseys to you to then go and sell, because you might sell ours at a discount. You might sell these for, I don't know, $15, $20 less than the NHL site. We're charging $180 for a blank premium on the NHL site. Oh, we're worried you might sell them for $160. Excuse me? Excuse me? Really? And they still, and this is what he had told me in an email, that they were so worried about him potentially selling the jerseys at a lower cost than the big stores, than the NHL site, than Lids, like anywhere that Fanatics is running their merchandise out of. So, like, really? And it just got me thinking, like, wait, CCM didn't have a problem with it, Reebok didn't have a problem with it, Adidas didn't have a problem. Why is this a big thing? Because here in the States, there's really not many other places where you can get, NHL jerseys. I mean, I know Dick's Sporting Goods has some, but they don't have a lot. They don't have a ton. They don't get all the teams. Sports K would get all of the teams. You could go on there and he would have, he'd have them all broken down into what ones they were, like the reverse retros, the New Jersey styles from Adidas, the last year that Adidas did it, all that. He'd have them all broken down. He'd have them all there. So even if he got the Fanatics Premiums and the Fanatics Authentic Pros, he would probably separate the two of those, but he would have all the teams. And they were so worried that he might sell them at a discounted price that they don't work with him. And same for this year. They will not work with him. So the only place really here in the States that really has NHL jerseys right now is the NHL store or the NHL site, or even maybe the team stores. But if you notice, the NHL site, I've tried to figure this out. And I thought about doing a separate video even talking about this, but maybe I'll throw it into this. This year, jersey sales are off the flipping chart this year. Is it just because of all the new jerseys that have come out? I mean, my goodness. The Detroit Red Wings Centennial jersey, that thing came out, 60, 56, 54, and 52 were all gone off their site in 4 hours. 4 hours of them going live. Because when I saw it, the 60s were already gone. Of course, the 60s are always gone first. Those are the first sizes that go, because those are the most popular. Which again, make more of them than any other size. Make the 60s more. Make more quantity in the 60s. Maybe you can actually keep them in stock. But those were gone in 4 hours. The Chicago Blackhawk one, the Centennial one, which by the way I'm still waiting on. It still says processing. And wow, was that a nice little lightning shot. Just saw a flash of lightning in the sky, and it was bright. But the Chicago Blackhawks Centennial, which I ordered that almost, it'll be a month next week that I ordered it. When I ordered it, it still said 5 left. I went and placed the order, and yeah, who the hell knows where that's at? I'm almost resigning, and of course, the cancellation windows. So it's just out there. So I don't know if I'm ever going to actually get that one from the NHL site. I'm probably going to have to try and either get a hold of the team store at United Center or some sports store in Chicago to see if I can find a Centennial in a size 60. So, I'm probably going to try and do that this weekend. But those are all gone. All of those, the big sizes are all gone. The only ones you can find in the Centennial for Chicago, I believe, is like 42, 44, and 46. The 50 and on up are gone. The LA Kings, not even the LA Kings. The Seattle Kraken one, they just came out, they just revealed their new alternate. Within about an hour, or no, maybe within about 2 hours of that jersey going live, the size 60 and 56s, and I believe the 54 only had like 2 left. The 60 and 56 within 2 hours of that going live were gone. Were already sold out. And I'm just like, what in the world? Like, what the hell is happening here? I mean, I'm just like, what? And then the LA Kings, they spring this new alternate on everybody that nobody knew was coming. I mean, there'd been rumors of it. Rumors that, maybe that's a jersey for next year or whatever. I hadn't really heard anything about it. And then all of a sudden, they spring that jersey on everybody. And within an hour of that jersey going live on the NHL site, all the big sizes in that one are gone. 60, 56, 54, 52. What? I'm trying to understand. Is this just because they're new? Or, and number one, I mean, how if you're selling out all these jerseys that quick, how are you not crashing the site? If there's that much traffic, you must have amazing bandwidth or something. Because if you have that many people buying that many jerseys at one time in all the big sizes, how are you not crashing that site? I don't know. I do not know. But it's definitely one thing that has got me kind of curious. The other thing, though, that has me curious is this is all happening right before the season started and opening night. All these sizes are gone. Now, a lot of these jerseys are just 1 year. Oh, I forgot to mention too, the other jersey that I ordered from the NHL site, that I had ordered a week after the Chicago one, that said they had 8 left of that one, which, again, my mistake for not taking screenshots of the count of how many of the sites said they had left, which I'm going to start doing from now on. I didn't think I needed to do that, but apparently I do now. So I will be doing that now whenever I make an order for a particular jersey. If they have X amount, if it says only 5 left, only however many left, I'm going to take a screenshot of it so I can say this is how much was left. This is how many was left. And they canceled that order. They canceled the order because, we're out of stock in that size. Do you, and I think I've talked about this in my little ranting videos. So you don't know how to count. So you don't know what you have in the warehouse between being able to keep an accurate count from the NHL site and how many you have in your warehouses. You don't know what you have. You don't know how many sizes you have. Which, I mean, now either you're not employing enough people, or you're employing people who don't know how to count, or you're employing people who don't know how to keep up with the count. Because stuff like that, you have to have an accurate count, or you're going to run into a situation like I did. Because I ordered that, completed the order, paid everything, because it said there were this many left. Because if that size is actually out, they go and they black out the size, and you can't get that size no more. Because if there wasn't any size 60s left, how was I able to make that order? If there weren't any left, according to the NHL site. Wires or something got crossed between the count on the NHL site and what they had in the warehouse. Which is what still makes me wonder about the Blackhawks Centennial jersey that I've been waiting for over a month, or almost a month now. And anytime I go and I look up that order, it still says processing. And also, when you try and call the NHL site, you can't talk to a person. There's no person. It's all automated. It's all automated, and they just gave you the basic information. You can't talk to a person. You can't actually speak to a physical person who can then maybe get into their computer, who can maybe go a little deeper into it and be like, where the hell is this jersey that I ordered? Where is it? You know, where maybe they could, try and find it. They could, something, go a little more in depth. No, can't do that on the NHL site. It's all just an automated thing, and it just gives you the basic, order's still processing. That doesn't tell me what I want to know. But, again, it's, who the hell knows? That still says processing, so I don't know. That's why I say I might literally have to order. If I can find it, I'm gonna have to call a sports store in Chicago, or potentially call up the team store in the United Center. That's pretty much what I'm gonna have to do with that one, which I will probably try and do this weekend. But the main thing is, as I was saying, getting back to, why is it that Fanatics will only work with certain stores? They're so worried about, a site like Sportscase selling their stuff, you might sell our jerseys like 20% or like, $10, $15, $20 cheaper than what we sell them for on the NHL site. Well, then how did Neil from Post to Post, how the hell did he get a Fanatics premium from Sports Check for $60? Which, by the way, like I said, great for Neil. Awesome. I love the fact. I love that. I love it, because if you can get a deal like that, hell yeah, take that all day long. I am well in favor of that. But couldn't Sport Check get in trouble for that? I don't know. I'm curious. Because I don't know. I don't know. It kind of makes one wonder, because they will not let Sportscase sell their jerseys for the reason of you might sell them for less than what we are selling them for from the NHL site. I don't know. It's one of those things that just kind of makes me question, because there are a lot of people that like Sports K, that order through Sports K, and would order through Sports K again to get the new Fanatics stuff. We wouldn't necessarily be, subject to the NHL site selling the stuff out within an hour or two and then never restocking them. So it's not like anybody else has any shot of getting any of those, because once they sell out, it seems like the NHL site, restock. What's restock? We're not going to restock any of these, because anytime I saw that last year, if they sold out of a particular size, you didn't see them again until the start of next season, and that's if they were more than 1 year jerseys. So yeah, I don't know. Do they plan on restocking the Detroit Red Wings Centennial in the bigger sizes? What about the Chicago Centennial? What about the LA Kings alternate jersey? What about Seattle's alternate? What's going to happen whenever Colorado decides to reveal their 30th anniversary jersey, which we all think is going to be a Quebec Nordiques jersey? What's going to happen the minute that thing goes live on that site? All the sizes are going to be gone like that. If you're not basically on that site the minute it drops, you're not getting one. You're not going to be able to get one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get one, and I'm going to want one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get one, because how fast are they going to sell out? They're going to sell like hotcakes, especially if it's a Quebec Nordique throwback. But I don't know. It just kind of makes it makes one wonder of, because if Sports K had some of these Fanatics jerseys, you wouldn't be at the mercy of the NHL shop here in the United States. Up in Canada, at least, you can go through Sport Check. You can go through, a lot of, some of these other places up there. And unfortunately, Sport Check doesn't deal with the United States. I mean, and they've never really dealt with the United States, even before, everything else, economically is happening. But it's just, I'm just kind of curious of that. And like I said, I love the fact that Neil was able to get a Fanatics premium through there for $64. That is awesome. Which again, I think he said too, $64 is basically like $40 American. That is an amazing deal. For a Fanatics premium, thumbs up, 100%. But if they're able to do that, why can't Sports K sell the Fanatics jerseys for even $10 less than the NHL site? Why did Fanatics make such a federal case out of that last year and wouldn't let Sports K get any of the Fanatics jerseys, whether they would have been the premium or the Authentic Pro? And like I said, and this year too, Fanatics will not work with SportsK.com. Why? Why is that such a big issue? I don't know. I don't understand it, because I think a lot of people would love to be able to get these jerseys through Sports K and can't, because you go and you look up those particular jerseys on the NHL site, they're all gone. If you want a size 52, 54, 56, 60, they are gone. And the odds of them getting restocked potentially any time this season, I think is practically zero. So, yeah. You may literally be, the only way you might be able to get a hold of any of these jerseys is you might have to literally go through the team store at the arena. You'll have to look up the team stores, look up the phone numbers, if they have a website, whatever, and get them through there. That might be the only way to do it. Because the team store, I think, would have plenty of quantity. They won't necessarily sell out like crazy, because I think, and again, I don't know how many jerseys the NHL site gets in each size, but especially when it comes to size 60s, it ain't enough. It ain't enough. So, because again, the 60s always seem to be the first ones gone. Every now and then it's the 56s, but most of the time, I'd say 9 times out of 10, it is the size 60s that are gone way before any other size. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is there a specific reason why Fanatics has such a problem dealing with sportsk.com, but will gladly deal with Sport Check or, you know, a lot of these other sites? Or even just the, you know, why do they not want to sell? Why do they not want to have their inventory be associated with a smaller jersey selling website? Because it seems like they only want to sell them to the big guys, you know, the big sites, the NHL site, you know, fanatics.com, you know, all that stuff. Anything that's completely associated with them. They don't want to seem to sell with anybody else, any type of smaller site or smaller store. I think it's crazy. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know. Because again, you know, props to Neil for being able to get a Fanatics premium jersey for $64 Canadian. Absolutely fantastic. I would jump at that deal too. If you had a deal like that, yeah, you jump at that deal all day long. Every day of the weekend, twice on Sunday. But yet, we don't want to let sportsk.com sell our jerseys because, he might sell them for cheaper. He might sell them for a little bit cheaper than $180. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, though. Hit that like button. Definitely helps the algorithm. Only takes a second. It's free. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. That way you can see whenever I was fully anticipating to have done at least 2 jersey unboxings by now. But, you know, I'm still waiting. But hit that subscribe button. That would, you know, I would love you if you did that. Also, hit the little notification bell. That will notify you anytime future videos are uploaded. And by all means, share this video. Share this video with everybody that you know, friends, family, whoever. Share this video. Share any video from the channel that you want to share. Go ahead and share them. And yeah, I guess this has been kind of my quote TED Talk, I guess. And you know, the question obviously remains: why will Fanatics not work with a company like sportsk.com, but they have no problem with other sites offering massive discounts on their stuff? which, by the way, I'm all in favor of discounts. You can get that. I would jump on that type of deal too. But why is that? Why is that okay for Sports Check to do that, but it's not okay for SportsK.com to be able to get the Fanatics premiums or authentic pros in stock and even sell them for even $10 less than the NHL site? Why is it okay for one but not the other? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. I will see you guys later.